Hi traders, time to look at stocks. I'm just going to look at the UK stocks first. This is Barclays. This is what's really got me a little bit jittery about the stability of the markets here, because Barclays is a good bellwether in the UK, and this has had 3 horrible days of selling. So you can see where they slammed it into this area of resistance, and then just drag that right the way down, and we're under support here, so it could come all the way down to 240, at which point I would definitely be looking to buy up Barclays down there. BP has had a good time, but even that's got reversal bar under a major area of resistance. You can see it's top of the channel, so if you're interested in BT, I would sit tight and just mop up a pullback to 475 is a massive pullback area. So if you missed out on this gap on this performance here, they've had a hammer on 50% and they just broke it right up. But even bellwethers like BT are looking vulnerable up there. And let's look at let's have a look at the other banks. So that's Lloyds, and that is right back to support at 77 after being top of the channel up there at 82. And I would, Rolls-Royce is coming back down, so that's a buy at, well, I wouldn't start buying anything yet, but I think we're coming down to 11.11 down there. That is a nice move to the upside. Got a little extended on the daily. Monthly was good. It was a buyer's month last month, but you can see how the lows we caught up with the 50 MA on the weekly. So now we need to catch up with at least monthly pivot and 50 MA on the daily. That is assuming it holds up. But like I said, if you're in these stocks, do not just run for the door, just manage them. Consider your risk, consider your profit and loss. Sad Miller, I think this is a short at 32.58 area. That's a reversal bar up there at 33. I think it's coming down to about 31.20 area. Last time we sold off here, this is a lower high, a lower low, and a lower high. So this could, if it gets nasty, come all the way back down to the 50 MA. Come all the way, could even fill a gap. But if you're going to take these shorts, just don't, use your usual 3% max of your account, absolute max. Even 1% is a much healthier way of trading. You'll sleep easier at night if you trade 1% of your account. Standard Chartered, look at this 15,200 pinch up above us. There's a hammer on the 200 EMA, so that could just hold and push up. 2 months of buying on that, not very significant move. But my selling list is this. Hang on. I think this is a good punt actually. But that's a decent. Look, we filled the gap here, but we finished on a very strong weekly move up here. Oops. So these lows were bought here, push right into that gap area, gap fill. That's very hesitant, and we are high RSI up here. So if that breaks that low, I would short with a stop just above the highs to see if we can at least get down to these levels here. I think this Mercantile is vulnerable. Yeah, if we drop out of that, this could be it's a massive move. This could be a nice bull flag. Be careful this one. That's a spinning top in the weekly. It's had a good monthly move up here. So be careful this one. If we drop out of there, I think we'll fill the gap. At which point I would consider buying that, because the 50 EMA will creep up. So you may want to. This could be you're better off just sitting out of this one, but keeping it on your watch list. I do think it's shortable, but you could short it with a stop just above this area here, which is about 15.20. See if that can roll out. But in the meantime, you might just want to post that in your bull watch list, and then keep an eye on it. This is a higher probability short to me. This has had a move into resistance, broken that triangle, and got a weekly bearish engulfing bar there. I think we're at the very least going to come and retest that hammer again. At which point I would consider buying this. I'll consider buying that monthly pivot. But I think in the meantime that is coming down. So you might want to, if you short it, wait for a pullback to about 785. And then get your stop at least there. Ideally, you need to be able to top that 800. It might even come and retest that area there, and that area there would be, for a higher probability trade, you might want to wait for that 793. Put an order in the book for 793. This is KIE, Kia Group, Building Group. Nice weekly bar here, but it's very, very overbought. Right top of the channel. If we come out of that, we start breaking 1817. I think that's going to come right the way down to that monthly S1 at 1700. National Grid. The 90 resistance coming out of that area there. I think we will come down to 770 area, at which point 50 may come through, but that is a reversal bar on the weekly. So I would look for that. I think that's got 750 on it. Tesco's. Now keep an eye on Tesco's, because if this holds as 363, it closes above there. So we closed. We haven't quite closed. We did close the gap here on the 16th of October. Just watch that at 360. Set on off at 360. But it is weak. I wouldn't go heavily long in a market like this. But this is a distribution pattern here. We had a distribution pattern here. We've had a distribution pattern here. So this is the main area of support, 360. I would consider waiting for that to drop to 360 and consider buying here. But that's all conditioned on how the FTSE and the Dow and the Nikkei are moving. I'm going to set an alarm for that one. Right, now two other shorts. I'm already short this one. I like that bar up there. This is Talk. 2 weekly, that's what we call tweezer tops there. We break this 260 support, and that's coming all the way down to 244. And we've got a trend line coming down here. 250 is obviously a nice big round number. That looks very weak to me, and I think that's a good short. The other one I like is this. I think this Anlin is really struggling up here. If you look at the monthly chart, this 440 is massive. We've got a reversal bar up here, 2 days of selling. We've held this area here. I would look to short that 430, see if that can come down and get bought to this 410 area there. Okay. Quick look at US stocks, and I'll give myself a break. Let's have a look at the bellwethers. Apple, weak. It looks as if that's heading for 500. And Dell is in a mess. We don't want to touch Dell. eBay. eBay it's got a stopping bar on the weekly. It's in a huge box, this one. Huge box. And this is a good seasonal stock. Massive support here at 50. Whoops, it's coming out of your area, isn't it? Monthly is somewhat bearish. It certainly didn't engulf the 2 months back. We didn't engulf September, but it certainly was bearish. So there's the trend line. Now, if this is a stopping bar, if we can hold this and shuffle sideways, then I think we could eventually break up. But we've come off this resistance. We're in danger of at least testing 50. If 50 gives way, then we're heading south. But all you got to do if you're in this, just watch. If you go 2 bars back in a weekly, then you will be coming in at 50.90. We're under the 50 EMA, and that is definitely struggling, but not necessarily. Well, actually, the daily is. Let me reassess that, because that is a week daily. We've had 1, 2, and we're into a third wave down at the moment. If you're in it, I'll at least get my stop to just under this 51 area here. If you're in it for the long term, just get your stop right under, just under 49.80. If you're in it for the long term. Let's just look at Google. Yeah, that needs a healthy pullback to 922. And I wouldn't even fill the gap at 922. There's a lot of good stocks out there. Last week I was talking about Qualcomm. So I took Qualcomm. But I'm just going to manage my position here. And Vodafone is holding up. And Facebook. Nice move on Facebook. I think if that retests 45, that's a buy out there. Okay, so there's lots of opportunities out there. I will do deeper scans on Monday. Alright? See you then.